I stayed as busy as I possibly could while I was in prison because I realized if I didn't, I would probably end up losing my mind. So I took classes, I took programs, I taught both classes and programs, I mentored, I tutored, I exercised, I meditated, I read. I did everything I could to fill my life with the most meaningful things I could find, and I wasn't the only one. There were a fair number of guys who chose to do their time like that. But we were the exception, and we probably were the minority. Some guys focused on gambling, or they focused on sports, or they focused on reading, or they focused on whatever, but it was usually one small area. And there were definitely guys who didn't do anything. There were guys who stayed strung out and just laid in their cell and just nodded all day, every day, if they could afford it. There were guys who chose to just sit there and watch TV, or if they didn't have that, sit there and read books that they got from the library or books they borrowed from somebody else. There were even guys who just sat in there and they'd given up hope. They would stare at the wall. They'd stare at the top of the bunk. They'd basically try to sleep their time away because they thought if they stayed asleep, it wouldn't hurt as bad, or they could just make the time go faster. It was an unfortunate thing because what I found was great benefit from the work that I did and the things that I taught and the things that I learned and the things that I studied, and other people didn't have that same experience. Now, they may have had some of the opportunities. They typically didn't have all because I had a lot of opportunities that other people didn't have. At the same time, it came down to what we chose to do with our time.